Does your RV smell like shit? We're gonna give you a 5-step guide to fix that.
Hey guys, it's Izzy from Endless RVing, the channel that brings you the best in RV DIYs, product reviews, RV tours, and so much more. If you're new to the channel, we invite you to subscribe below. Also hit the notification bell, and if you're back for another video, we thank you for joining us again. So this is a question we see a lot in the RV community, and in this video we're going to give you 5 quick steps to keep your black tank smelling rosy. Okay, so number 1, and probably the most important, you want to keep your black tank valve closed until you're ready to dump. This is beyond important. If you don't do that, what's going to happen is that your black tank is going to get the material inside, and you know what that material is going to dry out and stick to the walls, right? And you may never get it out, or it's going to be something very costly for you to get fixed. So when the tank is closed, you have liquid that builds up in there. All the waste becomes liquefied because you're putting chemicals in there in that black tank to do so. And then you're going to dump when you're at like 2/3, or even if you're full. We dump at 2/3 simply because we don't have a monitor system that tells us percentage. It just tells us 1/3, 2/3 of full. So once we get to 2/3, we dump. And now if you have a system that tells you, like, 95%, 98%, then dump when you're like 98%. That way you know it's really full. So that's going to be the first important thing. Okay, so on the subject of dumping, right? When you're ready to dump, you're gonna want to use your black tank flush. Now, most RVs in the last decade, they're gonna have the black tank flush, and essentially what it is, it's just a sprinkler system inside the black tank. You're gonna hook up a fresh water source to it, and it kind of spins in there, the nozzle, and it'll spray clean water in the black tank while you're dumping. And what that's gonna do is gonna try to loosen up any material that may be in there, and it's going to help try to get as much of the material out of there as possible. So a little hint, what we do before we pull the valve, we turn the water source on to get that that black water tank flush moving, and then we will pull the black tank valve and let the material come out, right? Once the stuff starts coming out, we'll let it run till we see the stream is a little less. We close the tank again. We let it fill up again. We'll do this several times until, and this sounds disgusting, right? Until you can't see chunks of material coming out, right? Once that it's kind of like a steady stream and it starts looking almost clear, then you know that you got a lot of the material out. What you're gonna wanna do next is close the black tank valve, keep that black tank flush going for maybe 30 seconds or a minute, and what that's gonna do is gonna throw fresh water back into that black tank. Remember, you never want to have the black tank run dry. No good. You always want liquid in that black tank. After it's filled up again, you're going to go inside, and then you're going to dump a chemical, whatever you use. We use TST, but I know there's some other ones. Whatever you use, put a chemical down the toilet, run some more water in there. That way you have a chemical in there with some kind of fresh water, and that's how you're going to keep it until the next time you're camping. Okay guys, the last thing, and this is not really about that. After you dump out your black and you're satisfied how the material looks coming out, you just open up your gray, and then that's your wastewater from your kitchen and whatever, that you could use that to wash out your hose. Also, they sell different hose washes. I know Camco makes one. You could attach it to the end of the hose and just blow fresh water through there and clean out your sewer hose before you store it to go.
So number 2 is going to be always keep water in your bowl. So again, moisture is your friend when it comes to dealing with, as Izzy said, material. All right, so when you flush, always leave a little bit of water in the bowl. Okay, that's really, really important. It helps to keep the smell out, and also you want to keep that seal moist and from drying out. So again, number 2, always keep water in the bowl.
Okay, number 3, guys. Now, this is something that we've used. I don't know if particularly it works, but I guess it makes sense, and we've used it, and it's worked out well for us. So, if you have access to ice before you leave the campground, like before you hook up and you're going to be going down the road, throw that ice down the toilet, okay? The theory is that the ice will act kind of like a scouring agent, right? It's going to hit the walls of the black tank and maybe bang up and loosen anything that's in there, okay? So Again, you won't really know unless you have a camera in the tank, but we've done this technique and our tank still doesn't smell, okay? So number 3, throw ice down the toilet before you travel.
All right, number 4, once or twice a season, but definitely before you winterize, guys, you want to do a deep cleaning with a black tank cleaning wand. So this was fun. There's 2 different kinds. You have your stiff and your flexible wand. We have the flexible wand. It has a brass nozzle on the end, and it acts as almost like a mini pressure washer. So you put this wand all the way down the toilet, goes into the black tank, and it helps to break up, again, anything that's remaining, any of those little guys that don't want to say goodbye. This is going to get them off and out. So again, number 4, definitely before winterizing, make sure you do a deep cleaning with that black tank cleaning wand.
Number 5, okay, when you're going to be in storage or you're not using your RV for a prolonged amount of time, you don't want to store with waste in the tank. Now, I said earlier that you're going to want to store with liquid in the tank, which you do, but you don't want poop and pee in there, right? Because it's going to start to stink after a while, probably after like 7 days. So you're going to want to have as clean water as you can in there with a chemical in there. That's how you want to store it. Now, if you have to winterize, if you're in an environment that you have to winterize, such as us, okay, again, like MJ said in the step earlier, deep cleaning, and then you're going to want to drain that tank out, right? Or put a little bit of liquid in there, and then you're going to want to put antifreeze. I put like 2 gallons of the RV antifreeze in there because it's not going to freeze, and it keeps stuff, in there. We've now done this for 3 seasons. And we haven't come to the spring, which is like the dead body smell coming out of the toilet. So number 5, the final one, storage for a long time or winterizing, you want to make sure you have either RV antifreeze or you have clean liquid in the black tank. So these are our 5 steps for maintaining your black tank. If you follow these steps, we're pretty sure that you will be in good shape for having a sweet smelling black tank. If you know anybody that has a horribly smelling black tank and they having a problem, feel free to share this video with them. Also in the comments below, what do you do to maintain your black tank? And to the left of me, I'm going to be putting our RV DIY as well as our RV upgrades playlist. And for myself and MJ, we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the road.